That's right, you guys. What's up? I'm back one more time for Cat Poop Crazy number 23, which is part of the comedy series Cat Poop Clean Carl stand-up comedy. Cat Poop Clean. So I'm going to do some more jokes, another set for you guys, set it off. And this set is all about my internet woes. Once again, I always tell you at the beginning of everything. Once again, like, share, subscribe, send us out to your friends. Definitely do that. But also, I'm papicarlito, Mista See the Enforcer. Some call me Carl Anthony. Some call me Black Jesus. And others call me all the kind of names that I can't say, or I'll get a strike on TikTok. So that's how that works. Well, basically, as you may or may not know, I'm not the youngest man. Maybe you can tell by the beard. I'm 48 in September, and I've been around. I lived in LA, I lived back east, I lived in Virginia, I lived down south. I've been all over the country. I've probably visited 15, 20 states. I've been out internationally. I've seen a lot of the world. Leave it at that. But I have these come to Jesus moments, which are basically times that I'm like, whoa, what is going on? Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, that kind of stuff. Come to Jesus moments. Now, most people that doesn't know who Joey is, who goes, whoa, they would consider him Jesus, but I don't know. That's how it is. But my recent issue that I'm having as a 48-year-old guy is that, oh my God, the internet is like, I think the internet is making us perverse, guys. Like, I was excited about the internet. I used to get a lot of free songs and music and videos and movies and viruses and talk to women and all kind of stuff and meet girls and Plenty of Fish and Black Planet and MySpace and Facebook, and everything was going great and do shows and everything was like, then I would see some things that make me felt uncomfortable. And I want to talk about those come to Jesus moments because I think by accident, due to freedom, the internet is making us perverse. So let's talk about it. Of course, one of the things that we're on the internet right now is that there's a thing that some people call the manosphere. Some people call it red pill. You got names like Rollo Tomasi, Andrew Tate, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Kevin Samuels, the Medium Man, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, the Manosphere, a Highlights channel, all these kind of guys that are really upset. And of course, Andrew Tate's the biggest guy. He just got out of jail, just got out of trouble. And of course, you know, you're on the internet doing what everybody else does on the internet, because I'm old, so I'm on the internet, I'm scrolling, and you're laughing at this stuff. You're laughing at, like, Andrew Tate talking about, like, I make women submissive, yeah, I drive a Porsche, and I smoke cigars, and I'm like a boxer MMA, and I'll put her in a headlock, and she's not submissive. Like, that's what we like. We're like, he's abusing women. So funny, right? Like, what's going on with this? The internet is making us perverse, right? So I'm looking at this stuff. I'm on it more often, and nowadays, I keep doing like the rest of us do. You know how you're scrolling, you see different topics, different things people are talking about. Now, I'm looking at one of these red pill, manosphere, I'm the top G with a big ding like post, and the girl is talking about twerking. And she's like, oh my God, like, why are you trying to sexualize twerking? And the guy was like, well, it's not good, it's not right. Now, and at first I was trying to like be like, okay, but I thought about it, I'm like, whoa. You tripping, and I had to comment because, you know, I'm 48. I'm old and angry and from Philly. I'm 48. I gotta comment, right? So I comment, nah, man, you know, twerking is not like some natural loving stuff. It's from, you know, back in the pre-90s, 2000s, from strip clubs in Miami, what is called booty-based music. And of course, I get all these arguments. Oh my God, no, twerking is an African ceremonial dance. And I'm like, number one, I have seen, look, I didn't have cable. I have seen tons of National Geographic. I have never seen one lady on National Geographic doing a twerk, dropping it on a ding-ding. No, it's been around. And of course they argue back. It's been around for thousands of years. It's normal. Women have always done it. I was like, no. I have a mother and a grandmother, both African-American sharecroppers, former slaves. I think we'd be hooked up in the tradition. Never once have I seen my mother or my grandmother do a twerking, drop it on the D kind of motion like she's Cardi B. Okay, I don't cook, I don't clean. I've never seen my mother do that. She cooks and cleans. So I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. So of course, I'm debating with the women. Everything's going, but then some guy. Now, what the guys in the manosphere would call this dude, they would call him a simp. Someone who immortalizes mediocre poontang. Which means he takes women that aren't so great and he supports them no matter what. So he comes on the post and he just is mean to me. Like a choice, like, oh, you're stupid. You need to shut the F up. And you need to go, I'll kick your butt. Like he was like rude. And I'm like, yo, dude, hey, bro. Chill it out. I'm just telling him it's not sexual. This, that, and the third. It's a sexual dance. You would not want to see your little children twerking. If you want to see somebody under 18 twerking, something's wrong with you. I'll leave it at that. And tell me it's not sexual. So the guy is arguing with me and he's like, man, whatever, you a punk. And I'm like, yo, dude, look. And I told him, because you know I'm 48. I'm old school. So I told him, I said, hey, brother. You don't got to insult me and call me names on the internet. I said, don't talk about it. Be about it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, hey, I'm in the city of Los Angeles. I post my shows all the time. Slide through. Check me out. Why don't you come bring all that energy to me that you bringing on this post? Because they so bad on the post. This guy starts yelling, oh, man, whatever. I got 23 guns. I'm trained in MMA. My parents is raised in the military. I got airplanes. I got jobs. I got 23 guns, 14 rifles. This, that, and the third. I'm like, yeah. And I told him again, fam, I don't do all this internet talking. Why don't we just meet up and do this face to face, right? So then the guy's like, and this is that internet comment. Oh, whatever, I'm in Vegas. You in LA, you can't even afford to come out here and holler at me. And then I look at it, I said, I'm in Vegas. I said Vegas. I was like, I'm in Los Angeles. He said, I don't know if any of you guys know around the rest of the country. A trip from Los Angeles to Vegas on an airplane is $75 one way and about $100 round trip. Maybe $150. And you can probably catch a bus for even less. Point is, this guy's talking all this trash to me about all this stuff he's got and all this trade he's got. But he doesn't even understand that $100 ticket is all that separates me from him. And he's talking about, and this is the kind of broke mentality, the internet. So be aware of those people that talk crazy on the internet. They're losers, bro. Total losers. So that's another come to Jesus moment I had about the internet. So here's another one about the internet. Another come to Jesus moment for Black Jesus. And I'm telling you, it'd be messing me up. So I'm doing the internet. Like right now, I'm doing the internet. I'm doing the content creation. I'm making videos, doing podcasts, and whatever else. And if anybody that's watching this knows that you cannot use foul language, harsh language, it will mess up your stuff getting streamed to post. So now that I'm doing it, I'm starting to get a lot more followers, but I'm getting a lot more children followers because I don't curse. So now I get people that can listen to stuff where you don't curse following me. So I got one of the kids, and of course, what are you doing? Just like I said in the billing, just like when you're scrolling Andrew Tate talking about the women that he locks and keeps in his basement in Romania, I'm looking, scrolling, Andrew Tate, he keeps women in the basement. Isn't that cute, Andrew? And then you keep scrolling, and then I see one of my new followers. And it's a young girl. Dude, she is about 12 years old and an Asian girl. Little round face, dark hair, like, just, oh my God, like, dog, cute little Asian girl, 12 years old. And she's chilling, and she's got like 30, 40 views in a video, And I scroll up to it, and I'm like, oh, let me see what the kids is doing. And she's dancing around, and I'm listening to the song. And it is the most gangster music you have ever heard in your life. Like, she's talking about riding on things and hurting people with weapons and smacking people up and doing crimes and having intercourse and making children. And I'm like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Whose child is this on the internet? And I see what other little kids do. They're dancing to the most grimiest, foulest music. And I don't even have children. And I was like, no, I typed in it because nobody said a word. 40 views, nobody said a word. I typed in, I said, girl, you better not do any of this until you're 18 to 21 years old with a job. Are you crazy? What are you doing even talking about that? I wish I knew her parents' number. I'd have called them right then and there. I'm like, yo, you need to block your baby's account. Really got to me. Because what scared me about the internet on my final concern is the last thing I saw, just like the Asian girl who was dancing to the gangster music. Well, I'm going to tell you, that Asian girl looked like she couldn't even read. Hear me. That Asian girl looked like she couldn't read in America. That's how bad the internet has gotten. Asian girls look like they can't read. Anyway, the final thing I noticed about the internet that's really driving me crazy, and as an African American and a brother, I understand all the problems that go on in society. There's a thing that people call racism, right? Where people have trouble, they get in problems, they think people are hating. Well, the internet has now somehow turned everything into racism. Everything is racism. On the internet, oh, it's racism because I can't keep a job. It's racism because I'm lazy. It's racism because I don't want to work. It's racism because my sexual organism doesn't work right. It's racism because I'm not a nice person. It's racism because I'm ugly. It's racism because I'm short. It's racism because of everything. I'm like, no, everything isn't racism. You're devaluing the word. And I need to have a talk about that, and I need to make a video or something where people need to understand the difference between racism, bigotry, and prejudice. These are the three forms of human protection, right? Now, I've explained in other videos about racism, and that is really just business, not personal. It's really about separating the genes so everybody doesn't look like Colin Kaepernick. Well, all racism is when you hurt somebody's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So you may have heard about the Clippers owner Donald Sterling. He gave people trouble in the apartment buildings. He didn't want his girlfriend hanging with African Americans at the game. He basically was inhibiting life and liberty. That's racism. You may have heard bad things about Donald Trump's father, who owned apartment buildings in New York and gave African Americans and minorities trouble with how they lived in their homes. Affecting how somebody lives or job, that is racism. But the stuff that people are complaining about on the internet, that just because they had a bad day or somebody wasn't nice to or something's wrong, that is not racism. Even what just recently happened with the young man in New York, it wasn't racism. The guy's just a jerk. That's how it is and whatnot. And then you have bigotry, which is the second level. Now, bigotry is when somebody will openly tell you that they really don't like your people. They really don't trust you, but they'll still do business with you. You remember a show called All in the Family with Archie Bunker. He used to let the African American guys date his daughter, have happy intercourse with her, socialize with him, ate dinner with George Jefferson, but he would always tease him about being African American, talk about him eating the chicken and the dancing and the music. But he would still work with them. That's bigotry. Or if you remember Sanford and Son, he's a bigot towards a lot of other races, but he still worked with them. He was still friends with them. That's bigotry, where you expose how you feel about people, but you're still okay to work with them, you do business with them, help them live. And then the last aspect is what we call prejudice. Now, I am 6'4". So I don't know if you live in a major city and there's a drug problem, a meth problem, but there's a lot of people asking you for money late at night. So let's say some guy that's 6'4" like me is like, hey, you got a quarter for me right now, or I'm going to hurt you real bad? Now, your prejudice is going to tell you, oh my God, get away from this guy. He's crazy, right? Prejudice is you protecting yourself as a safe animal. And I want you guys to stop using racism for everything. Everything is not racist. There's racism, bigotry, and prejudice. And that's Cat Poop Crazy Carl, number 22. Check me out. Clean Cat Poop Crazy. More jokes and folks coming on the way. Going to switch up the outfit, do some more another day. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Cat Poop Crazy Carl. We out of here.